Alright, let's start. Hey guys, what's up? This is Blader Mo, and for today I have another Beyblade Burst video for you guys. Now, today I want to talk about combinations. Now, combinations are actually the only way to win a Beyblade Burst battle. Although some stock combos are good enough as they are, customization brings out the best out of your Beyblade parts. So for today, I am going to share to you guys publicly my best Beyblade Burst combos. Now, my combos depend on what format I'm playing. I can play dual layers only, god layers only, Cho-z only, local releases only, general releases only. Anything that fits right into the criteria of a certain tournament, I have a combo for that. Now, I don't have a big collection unlike others, but what I usually do is buy whatever I really need for tournaments. I don't buy crap base, like base with not too many useful parts. I make sure that the Beyblade has at least 3 good parts, or maybe 2. If I have a Beyblade that only has 1 good part, I usually find an alternative way to get that useful part. Now, it's either that I buy or wait another release for the now it's either I buy or wait for another release of the certain part, hoping that it would finally come with something great. Now, aside from buying exclusives, starters, and boosters, I usually buy random boosters. Now, random boosters sometimes have the best parts even if you don't get the prize Beyblade. An example of this is Random Booster Volume 6, which is the Tornado Wyvern version. I'll look for the layer. There, alright. So, these two, Exceed Evil Eye and Fang Fenrir, actually has good parts, at least 2 good parts. This came with Gravity and Atomic. This one came with Polish Atomic. Atomic itself is good already, so I didn't bother to buy another one to get Tornado Wyvern, since these two already has Atomic and a great disc. So yeah, if you're really hoping to buy a certain Beyblade part that came with a booster but not yet sold in your local store, or maybe out of stock, random boosters are usually the thing you should buy to get that certain part. Now, I talk way too much, and I hope you understand everything I said, but let's go down to the combos. Just like what I said, my combos depend on the format I'm playing in. So, what if the rule states that I should only use single layers? Well, I have this one. So, just like my last video about the 3-on-3 deck format of the WBBA, I'm going to apply that on this video. So, you're going to see 3 Beyblades with different disc, frames, and drivers. Now, for single layer tournaments, I have these 3. This is Wyvern W1, Valkyrie V1, and then Excalibur X1. So I have here 2 attack types, 1 defense stamina hybrid. Now I paired these 3 with at least these 3 discs. So I have 6, 0, and Gravity. Sometimes I even use Infinity, and sometimes I even pair it with Spread. Now I use Spread, Infinity, and Gravity on Wyvern. So I have 3 choices depending on what driver I might use with him, but I usually pair him with Revolve or even Gyro. So that's combo number 1. And then for this one, I pair the God disc or core disc with 6V and then 0M. So this one I usually interchange it with one another. So yeah, this one actually 6V, I usually use it mostly with V1, since that it has 3 wings. V1 has 3 wings as well, so it kind of adds up to the required kind of like hits that I aim for with the combo. And this one, weight, and then the weight, yeah, it's majority of it is weight added. So yeah, and maybe a few extra LED, I don't know. So these are my single layer combos. Now, like what I said, Wyvern, I pair it with Revolve or Gyro, but for this video I'm going to show off Wyvern Gravity Revolve. For Excalibur, I usually pair it with Extreme. Sometimes I even use Trance or maybe Orbit. The same goes with Valkyrie actually, since they're both attack types. Now, if I want a stationary attack, I use Orbit. If I want pure attack, maybe I can go with Extreme. Or if I want attack with good stamina, Trance is usually my way to go. So yeah, that's it for my single layer combos. Now after single layers, of course, we have dual layers. Now my combos for dual layers are these 3 are my dual layer deck. This is Kaiser Kirbyus, Zillion Zeus, and Acid Anubis. A2, Z2, K2. Now this is stamina, and defense. I usually pair these 3 with the following disc. So it's either that I go with Yell, Gravity, Spread, or even Zero. So yeah, I'm going to show you what usually my configuration is. Alright, there you go. So Zillion Zeus, Gravity, Kaiser Kirbyus, Zero, and then Acid Anubis, Spread. Now, since this is a stamina layer, I pair him with Revolve. And then this is another stamina layer. I usually pair him with Gyro. And for Kaiser Kirbyus, I can go with Atomic or even Orbit. So yeah, I don't put a frame on Kaiser Kirbyus. I really depend on the pure raw weight of the Zero disc. So yeah, that's it for my dual layers combos. Alright, after dual layers, of course, it's the God layers. I usually use these 3. I mean 4 actually. Yeah, these 4. So I have Maximum Garuda for stamina defense, Outer Chronos for defense, Spriggan Requiem for balance, and then Nightmare Longinus for attack. Now for the disc, I go with these 3, Polish, Zero, and then Gravity. Now, if I'm going to go with a pure non-attack combo, I have these 3. But if I'm going to include Nightmare Longinus, I usually sacrifice Maximum Garuda. Or sometimes I even sacrifice Outer Chronos for Maximum Garuda. So, since this is discless, let's go with these 3. I pair Spriggan Requiem on 0, but if I'm going to include Maximum Garuda on my deck, I give it to Maximum Garuda, and then I give Spriggan Requiem Polish, and then for Alter Chronos, I give him Gravity. Now for the tips, I use these 3. So I have here Destroy, usually paired with either Alter Chronos or Spriggan Requiem. Revolve, either Spriggan Requiem or Alter Chronos. And then Orbit, this is purely on Maximum Garuda. I also pair him with Atomic, with either of the 3, but usually I pair it with a Spriggan Requiem. Oops, drop. So yeah, that's for the disc. And I forgot the frame. So Maximum Garuda depends on the LED of the driver sometimes, because most of the time the disc, the round shape actually of the layer, is the one who's hitting the ground when it stumbles, so the frame is basically useless. So Orbit usually, or Atomic, does the trick. Now for Nightmare Longinus, I gave him the flow frame, since that in reverse rotation this gives a downforce movement, unlike if it's right spin, the flow frame gives upward movement. Now I pair him with either Extreme for pure attack, and I sometimes go with Trance. If I want him to go crazy, I go with Zeta and on attack mode, but sometimes it really fails. So yeah, if I want to stick with a more stable combo, Destroy stock Nightmare Longinus actually is the way to go. So yeah, stock combo, Destroy on NL. So yeah, that's it for my God base. Now for the Kozetsu, I only have Winning Valkyrie actually. I'm pretty much on a bad shape since this is my only Kozetsu. Now if I play on a tournament that allows the entire Beyblade Burst line, I usually pair Winning Valkyrie with Nightmare, Spriggan Requiem, and Alter Chronos. But sometimes I skip Alter for these 3. So I have 2 attack types and 1 balance. So same goes with Spriggan Requiem and Nightmare Longinus on my previous combos, but this is usually what I do. So Nightmare Longinus flow Trance, Spriggan Requiem 0 Revolve. Sometimes I add in a Meteor, and then ditch it for either Destroy or maybe Atomic, but for now let's stick it with Atomic. And then for Winning Valkyrie, this is for me my most interesting combo. I use it with Eight Glaive Trance. So this is Winning Valkyrie 8 Glaive Trance. So it's a decent attack type with decent stamina. However, sometimes it doesn't really perform that well. So I go with pure attack combo with Extreme. And sometimes I even go stationary with Orbit. Now, if I'm going to use Spriggan Requiem with the Revolve driver, I pair Winning Valkyrie on Atomic so that I don't have repeating parts on my deck. So, oops. So yeah, this is usually my Kozetsu deck. For locally available, as of this upload date, the Beyblades available are R1, K1 to Drain Fafnir, Maximum Garuda. with a few exceptions. But if you watch my entire bay hunting videos, you will know and have an idea on what are the locally released Beyblades are. Now, since we are in the God Layer era, for now this is my go-to deck. So I have here Acid Anubis, Kaiser Kirbyus, Ultra Chronos, and the Maximum Garuda. Now, same as a while ago, the certain parts I use, but depending on how I want to play, if I want to add in K2 or maybe A2, but usually I add in K2 because this bursts a lot. So yeah, I have 2 defense, 1 stamina, and then same parts as I mentioned earlier. Now for an open tournament, I use my Cho-z deck because usually in an open tournament wherein the entire Beyblade Burst line is allowed, Cho-z will really wreck the hell out of the God layers, dual layers, single layers. So as much as possible, I have safe combos to use. SR is still playable. So yeah, same combo as a while ago. That's for my open format deck. Alright, you have reached the end of my video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two about my combos. If you have any questions, comment down below, or maybe message me on Facebook at facebook.com/bladermoph. I'll try to accommodate you guys as much as I can and help you with the combos you should use for a local tournament. Now, I'll do more combo recommendation videos soon if I add more Beyblades to my collection. But until then, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the notification bell, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out, guys. Thank you guys for watching.